हमारे साथ स्टूडियो में इंडिया के बिगेस्ट ताई ची के एक्सपोनेंट जो कि ड्रीम एनालिसिस भी जानते हैं, 7 लैंग्वेजेस जानते हैं. सो वेलकम द मल्टी टैलेंटेड मिस्टर राकेश मेनन. Welcome on the show, sir.
Thank
How
you
are
very
you
much.
doing?
I'm fine, absolutely fine. After coming here, I think it's much better. I feel like a comfort zone over here. It's very good.
Okay. So, how has been your childhood days? Tell us something about that.
Not a great childhood. I mean, not a golden spoon feeding.
Okay.
A lot of struggle happening in the childhood.
Okay.
But there were some reasons behind it, which I mean, I don't want to like go into too much of things, but it was just major general childhood, going to school, coming back. But a lot of things has to be suppressed because of family conditions and all.
Okay.
But the fighting spirit started from there.
Achha.
So the base of the fighting spirit or the killer thing started from that childhood itself.
Okay.
So fight it through a lot of things from there itself, and here it is.
Okay.
So that's basically
You're basically from
Bombay.
Bombay.
Born and brought up in Andheri.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
From there it's been like a vagabond movement.
Achha.
Shifted to Marol
Okay.
to Char Bangla again,
Okay.
4 bungalows to Goregaon, now in Chembur.
Okay.
God knows from where. How, I
Okay.
don't know.
And your native place?
It's properly in Kerala.
Kerala.
Yeah, so from my mom is from Trivandrum and my dad is from Tichur
Okay.
in Kerala. They came to Mumbai
Achha.
and they got married here, and we all the kids were born over here.
Do you have a family background of Tai Chi? I mean, how did you introduce to Tai Chi yourself?
Always it has been a passion to learn a martial art right from my childhood, right from my school days and all. But as I said, because of the family conditions, it was not possible at that time.
Achha.
So when I started working after the academic years and all, so I still continued with my passion of learning. So I first joined the karate, but somehow I felt that that's not the right thing to do for me. So 3 months I did that. Then there was a friend of mine who was in Marines. So he had learned martial art,
Okay.
basically the Kung Fu.
Achha.
So somehow I got in touch with him. So he said that he was at home then, came for a leave. I approached to him. So he said that chalo, at least for 3-4 months I am here. You do the basics with me. So I did the basics with him. And quite interestingly, I was like, placed over there. So the time came when he has to go for another 6 months to the shipping systems and all. So then he said that I'll give an address to you, which is in Bombay itself. It's a proper class, a Kung Fu class, proper Kung Fu class, where a group of teachers teach. I said, okay, fine. So then I started there. So it was in 1990.
Okay.
That was in 1990. I first joined that class and then took it from there. But what happens in martial arts, basically in competitive martial arts, like a combat movement and all, you come with a lot of injuries and all while you practice, because you need to move with the combat. So going to tournaments and all, you are black and blue, bruised up with everything. So every time you can't afford to go to a doctor, sit for an hour, then again come back, he gives a meditations or some medications, everything, and then he says that okay, now apply ice or hot water, something like so. 1 week is gone without the practice. So my then teacher used to tell me that, why don't you do Tai Chi? I said okay, okay, no problem. But for me Tai Chi was an old man game because it was too slow here. I mean, I being in a competitive martial art, very fast actions and all, it was too slow. But half-heartedly I started trying it out. Let's see. I said my teacher is telling me, let me see how it works out. So slowly as days started going off, as I started my practice, suddenly some results started coming in. So I was like, wow, something is happening good in, some energy, some injuries being free from my body, physical part and all. I said, why not? Then I started exploring into it. Then I met my teachers, few teachers and all, when I used to work in JW Marriott as a consultant, fitness consultant. So there was a French American who came and he asked me that, do you want to learn more of Qi Kung or Tai Chi, advanced stage? I said, why not? Then he said that I can teach you.
Okay.
And looking at his association to the great teachers whom I have heard about it, I said that yes, I will do. So 8 months he was in Bombay, he was into some research. So he taught me, and every day I used to go and teach him. Then he suggested me to go to a proper institute where I can graduate myself in this field and all. Then he suggested Thailand, Master Mantak Chia.
Achha.
So then I went over there. Of course, there was a lot of fight to go over there. Then I went over there, did my graduation from there, certified from there.
So we would like to know about Tai Chi, like this concept is completely new for me as well and our
Okay.
viewers as well. So, what is the origin of Tai Chi? So, can you just give us a brief about
Yeah.
it?
The Tai Chi Chuan itself is a Chinese word. It's a
Okay.
Chinese art to rejuvenate your mind, body, and spirit. In short, it can say. So it combines the physical conditioning, the mental balances, the emotional movements. It can balance it, and the spiritual journey also it is there. And it is originated in China. Of course, the entire thing is being taken from the Indian yoga, but they researched in such a way that the health benefit, the mental mind, medical benefits are very, very much more into it. And plus, it's a martial art. The difference between the yoga and Tai Chi is that yoga is not a martial art, but it's a very good form of holistic healing and all. The plus point of Tai Chi is that it's a martial art. But unlike the other martial art where you have aggressive form of martial, there's a very soft form of self-defense where you take the opponent's energy to beat the opponent again or to overcome the opponent's movement again. So you conserve the energy. It's like that. And right now it's been spread out worldwide. Even the Western medicine is been taken over by Tai Chi and Qigong methods and all. Even the hospitals and the schools and the institute in America, like England, China to anyway, it's there. They are all equipped with this kind of exercise now. And they have found fantastic results in medical system. Fantastic results. And it deals with a lot of internal energy movement, which deals with the 5 organs of your body. Actually, it deals with the 5 organs, the lungs, the heart, the kidney, the liver and the spleen, which is related with the 5 senses and related with the 5 elements of the nature. So they say that how the 5 elements govern the entire cosmic movement, the 5 organs govern the entire anatomy of your body. So you have to keep this in check always, because it is emotionally dealt also. If you keep this strong condition, the external part of your body is being taken care of. So that's how it works. The energy is very important rather than the physical body. So you have to enhance the energy. You have to take care of that. It's like that.
So, are there different styles
Yes.
in it? Okay. So, could you
Yes.
just give us
Yeah, it was originally started with the Chen style.
Okay.
That's supposed to be the mother of all the Tai Chi movement. Then came the Yang, and from Yang came the Wu style. In Wu also there are 2 different styles. And then came the Sun. The Sun style is basically created by a female. And there's a very old traditional style in Tai Chi called the Zhao Bao, which is basically called the tribal Tai Chi. It's like that. And the Huang style, which is again old, but now it has emerged up very well. So I have done the Yang and the Huang style. In fact, I'm doing the Yang and Huang style. It's like, but moreover, it's more to the Qigong, the Qigong. Qigong is basically more of internal. It is older than Tai Chi. It may be 5,000-6,000 years old art, whereas Tai Chi is like 1800 year old. That's it. The only difference is that the Tai Chi is a moving form of yoga or a moving form of meditation, where a lot of physical movement is there. Qigong is more of internal. It's the conditioning of the internal systems, and it is into a very higher spiritual movement. So it's like that. You condition your mind, body, and spirit through Qigong.
Okay.
It's like that. That's the difference.
What is the status in India? Tai Chi status in India?
Current status you're talking about, it's very good.
Okay.
People are exposed to the new methods of enhancement. There are a lot of people who still cling to yoga, which is very good, but there are a lot of people who doesn't want to do yoga because of physical restrictions and all. So for them, Tai Chi makes much comfortable, because you can, I mean, if you're sick, if you're disabled also, you still can do Tai Chi. You can do sitting down Tai Chi, you can do standing and moving form of Tai Chi. You can still do it. So age no bar.
Okay.
Age no bar. And if you're on the bed also, you can do Tai Chi. It's not that you have to take a certain positions or something like that, some movements and all. You still can do it, because it's all related with the breath, the mind.
Sir, can you elaborate the point of spiritually imbalanced?
Okay, the spiritual imbalance, it is always starting with the emotional system.
Okay.
Always.
Okay.
When emotional get imbalanced, people always go into depression.
Right.
People become weak.
Okay.
They completely sulk down.
Okay.
If I have to tell you, in the entire cosmic there are a lot of spirits moving, which we can't see. Obviously we can't see. But people who practice all these kind of internal art, they sense the spirit.
Okay.
They sense the spirit. If I tell you there are spirits over here, of course, for the normal person, yes, they will get scary. But to be very honest, they don't harm you.
Okay.
Physically, they don't harm you. But if a person who is doing this art, if their motive is not right, the spirit can harm them.
Okay.
Harm them means they won't do anything physically or something like that, but they will play a tantrum with your mind.
Okay.
बोलते हैं ना कि भटका देंगे आप. So that kind of people. There are second side of people where the spiritual gets evil. The spirits get evil, controlled by some other people who wants to, do something evil to you, something bad, and that bad comes mostly out of jealousy.
Okay.
Again, an emotional imbalance.
Right.
Mostly out of jealousy. दुश्मनी में होता है. You might have seen or heard through somebody or friends and all कि ये गांव में ऐसा हो गया कि प्रॉब्लम हो गया, evil spirits आ गए हैं, या किसी के ज़मीन या जायदाद के लिए किसी ने कुछ किया है, उतारा किया है, something like that. That's basically the spiritual imbalance.
Okay.
So we deal with these kind of people also, where we connect spiritually and we start dealing with. But it has to be a command from the nature itself.
Okay.
You can't directly go in because it is again a karmic movement.
Okay.
They say that anything happens to a body, suppose something has happened, God forbid, something happens physically, ill health हो गया, it is basically आपका जो कर्म है उसके हिसाब से हो गया. So who am I or who am a third person to enter you between the nature's movement? Until unless we are not commanded for that or we are not selected for that, we should not do that. बिकॉज आपको तो चलना है, आपको क्लियर करना ही है. अभी आपको कोल्ड है तो दवा खा के तो क्लियर करना है. You just can't say that. So that journey has to be completed. So same thing happens in spiritual level also. Some journey has to be completed.
Okay.
Whether it is a spirit, whether it is a human body, the cycle has to be followed. So I or anybody who practices this, they just can't enter in and deal between the nature's policy and your policy.
Okay.
It's not allowed. Or I will be the sufferer, or the person who is doing will be the sufferer. So we get a command. If we have to do it, it's like a medium.
Okay.
अभी आपको अगर कोल्ड या कफ या कुछ भी हुए तो the doctor is a medium to cure it,
Right.
right? But that is a pure physical level, not a subtle level.
Okay.
But here, if in the spiritual level something has to happen, it has to be cured, some medium has to come in through the command of the nature. Very important. That's why our meditation helps in that way. So we get the command.
Okay.
So suppose something, God forbid, you come like ऐसा problem हो गया, what to do? So we have to go to that meditation. Unless until we don't get the command, we can't do it. It's not good to touch it.
Okay.
That's right. So it won't give good positive results to you. In fact, it will impact the person who is doing it. So you have to be very careful for that. It's a very thin line.
Okay.
Very thin line.
What is the difference between Kung Fu and Tai Chi?
Kung Fu is basically more of aggressive martial art.
Okay.
There are a lot of internal systems also, but it is more of a combat, aggressive combat. Whereas Tai Chi is a soft form of self-defense,
Okay.
not a combat. It's a self-defense. Like in Kung Fu, when somebody punches you, you have to block. Or in karate, you have to block. It's heart to heart.
Okay.
Wherein karate or wherein Tai Chi, when somebody punches you, you have to ward it off. You have to ward it off. You don't have to block. You have to ward it off. Take the opponent's energy and divert it out.
Okay.
It's like that. It's a soft form of combat.
Okay.
So, I mean, explaining, you may not be able to judge it, but when you really do it, you can understand the difference.
So you are not hitting back in
No,
that?
you're not hitting
Okay.
back. You're using the energy force of the opponent to defend yourself.
Okay.
So you're basically neutralizing the opponent's energy.
Okay.
That's it.
Okay. Is Jackie Chan doing the same thing?
More or less the
or-
same thing. More or
Okay.
less the same thing.
Okay.
Because he has a art of multiple things. Hapkido, Kung Fu, he does that. But he takes the essence of Tai Chi and does it. There are quite a few Chinese guys like Sammo Hung. He's a fantastic Tai Chi exponent.
Okay.
So he's a choreographer to Jackie Chan's lot of films. You might have seen The Fat Guy with Jackie Chan. Very fantastic. I mean, a lot of people might have seen him. Mostly in his movie, he's there. The Sammo Hung. He's a very fat, like maybe some 160 kg. But the agility what he has, superb.
Okay, how Tai Chi is different than regular cardio exercises which we perform in a day-to-day life?
The regular gymming or the cardio, like
Yeah.
functional fitness
Right.
or any boot camps, it requires a lot of physical inputs. push-ups, sit-ups,
Right.
conditioning of your your abs, arms, shoulders and all. So there are a lot of physical input in it. In that moment, the heart rate starts rising up. Okay, you sweat profusely, the heart
Right.
rate starts rising up.
Yeah.
You need a pumping of the body.
Okay.
In the other hand, Tai Chi, what it does, it doesn't move the heart rate, but there's a slow form of movement which opens up the cells of your body, and the energy is pushed to each and every cells. In any repetitive movement, like suppose you pick up a dumbbell and do it, it's like a repetitive movement. Our body is made up of cells. Every cells are alive in our body. Every cell possesses energy. When we do a repetitive movement like either punching or kicking, one cell is activated, 2-3 cells are left behind, not activated, because it's a fast movement. In a system called Tai Chi, Qigong or Yoga, it is very slow movement. So the moment you start going slow, your focus is on each and every movement of your body. So all the cells starts activating. So one cell pushes the other cell, third, fourth, fifth, energy is emitted out. You sweat because of the energy. But the heart rate is the same.
Okay.
And the cardio, everything starts opening up. It pumps up everything. The blood, the bone marrows, the sinews, the pleura muscle, the tissues, the ligaments, everything is opened up.
Okay.
So you don't beat up your heart rate, but you still sweat out.
Okay. Okay. How Tai Chi is different than yoga?
There's only one line I can say. Yoga is a static form of meditation, and Tai Chi is a moving form of meditation.
Okay.
Like if I define it, there are a lot of asanas to be taken in yoga. You take one asanas, do your pranayama or your breathing or your meditation in that. Tai Chi, you don't sit, you keep moving. From one leg to another leg, your body keeps moving. Your hand starts coordinating in that way. That is your meditation. So you move into your own self to meditate.
Okay.
So that's the only difference. And the most important difference of yoga and Tai Chi, that yoga is not a martial art, whereas Tai Chi is a martial art.
Okay.
It was actually invented as a martial art, then it went into a holistic form. It's like that.
Okay. And how Tai Chi is different than other meditation techniques?
As I said, that Tai Chi is a moving form of meditation. The other meditation, when you like sit into meditation, you have to either sit, close your eyes. But what happens, a lot of people, I wouldn't say that it's like a basic meditation, but I would say the yoga meditation is completely advanced. Because if somebody tells you to sit, close your eyes for say about 2 minutes or something, it's not possible. You may close your eyes and start focusing for say about 5 seconds or 10 seconds.
Yeah, right.
Then the mind will start wandering.
Yeah.
क्या खाना है आज? क्या बनाना है आज? कहाँ घूमने जाना है? And what is happening here and there? The mind starts like 10,000
Yeah, right.
directions से वो thoughts आ जाते हैं. Whereas Tai Chi में क्या होता है? You have to constantly keep moving with your hand and like coordinating that. If the mind is not there, आपका balance बिगड़ जाएगा. And you will imbalance and your coordinations will go haywire and all. So that's the difference between a Tai Chi and other form of meditation and that. You are constantly looking at yourself, being aware of your movement, your body, your mind, your breath. Whereas just to close your eyes and meditate, it's not possible.
Right.
At least not on the earlier stages.
Okay.
You need a high level of it.
Okay. So can you please elaborate on yin and yang symbols?
Okay. You all know there's a yin and yang, like a circle, which is on one side it is dark, which is represented by a small light dot.
Okay.
Okay. The other side is completely white or maybe light and a dark spot. So the yin and yang defines the two polarities of life.
Okay.
One side shows the the female side. One side shows the male part.
Okay.
So similarly, the dark, the light, soft, the hard, night, the day, anything which is opposite.
Okay.
So the entire cosmic system says that you need both to balance the equilibrium. You can't say only hard styles are there or you can't say only the soft style exists in the entire cosmic. You need something to balance. If there's a dark, there has to be a light. Otherwise, you can't say the difference of it, good or bad, male or female.
Okay.
So to balance, these two things has to come. For the complete equilibrium, these has to go into it.
Okay.
So that's the focus of Indian art. Like there is a tradition of salutation in every art. Every traditional arts. Like we Indians, we always do namaste. We are very
Right.
soft people.
Right.
Japanese also they bow down
Yeah.
like that. So very soft. American they handshake. They have their own handshaking system.
Yeah.
The Chinese have a tradition of salutation called the fist and the palm. You might have seen in Chinese movie. They all
Yeah.
do. That's basically the combination of the hard and the soft. They combine both these things for again the equilibrium. So there is this bow down like that. It's like that.